Hey guys, so this is a long overdue discussion, I guess, at least in my opinion. I just want to tell you guys, and I've mentioned this before, I didn't grow up Orthodox. I grew up traditional slash secular, went to shul on Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, celebrated Hanukkah because Hanukkah is around my birthday, was always very, pro-Israel, proud Jew, was never an atheist. I always believed in God. I always believed in something called Zkracha Pratis, how God's hand is in everything, right? And I always saw it. I became what we call religious later in life, at the age of 30, 31. My friends, I'm listening to this discussion about Haredim in the army. However, people are upset that Haredim are not going to the army. And I just want to tell you one simple thing. Or maybe it's two things, but it's really one thing. For anti-Semites, a Jew is a Jew. Okay? It doesn't matter if it's Orthodox or secular. And folks, and I'm telling you this as a person who grew up not in the Orthodox world, at least until I was 32 or 33 years old. I just want to tell you guys, no one can tell the difference between you guys. No one can discern between a Haredi person, a Dati Leumi person, a Litvak, a Chabadnik, a Chassid, and any other person who wears a kippah on a regular basis. Folks, to secular people, because I'll now include myself in this equation, we are all the same. Just as we are all the same, just as all Jews are basically the same, and have to answer for each other's behavior and actions to anti-Semites, even though they don't really care what our answer is, right? To secular people, you're all the freaking same. So you're having this discussion about how you're upset about Haredim not fighting in the army, and you're part of the Dati Leumi community, you're part of the, religious Zionist community or modern Orthodox community, and all this kind of stuff. My friends, right now, there are people trying to kill us, right? There's people trying to kill us. There's Arabs, there's Groypers, there's Wokes, there's Europe, there's all the rest of it, guys. They want us all dead, right? So here we are, right? Talking about, and folks, and I've noticed since I was, became Shomer Shabbos, right? This whole Chabad versus Litvak thing, this whole Sephardim versus Ashkenazim thing, this whole thing with just in the Orthodox world, folks, the Orthodox world, you guys, and I guess I'm included in this now, for the past 15 years, right, or 14 or 13 years, comprise 20% of the entirety of all Jews on planet Earth. And you figured out a way, you're so seemingly bored that you found things to argue about, whether it's kosher certifications, whether it's what kind of Torah we're supposed to learn, what our philosophy is going to be, how we're going to dress, who's going to, pardon my language, fucking serve in the army or not, who's going to go to this yeshiva, who went to this yeshiva, who am I going to marry, oh, they didn't go here and they didn't go there, and they don't do like this and they don't go like this, and they live over here and they live over there. Folks, you've gotten it down to such a absurdly astronomical, retarded, pardon my language, level, and what you don't realize is that secular people see you all as the same, and then anti-Semites see us all as the same, whether we're secular or religious. So regarding this issue of Haredim serving in the army, folks, I don't know if you know this, everybody has their own freaking job. Haredim have their job, yes, Dati Leumi have the job of both, and seculars have their job. And yeah, and I agree that seculars, the ones who dodge the draft in Israel, should be going to the army, except for the ones that are just whatever, right? Conscientious objectors, they disagree with the political aspect, right? In which case, they can go take a hike, right? They don't want to serve them, whatever, right? Let them go move to Berlin. My friends, at a time like this, when they want to incinerate all of us, you're sitting around and you're upset that the Haredim are taking vacations over here because they think... Get your head out of your ass. This is not the 1800s anymore. This is not Gaon with Vilna versus Baal Shem Tov anymore. This is not this versus this. We don't have Shabtai Tzvi anymore. We don't have this anymore. Folks, we don't even have freaking leaders anymore. We don't have all our rabbis are dropping like flies. And here you are. Oh, these guys and those guys and this community and that community. Who gives a shit? Folks, again, I grew up in the Russian Jewish community. Russian-speaking Jews who are secular, who don't know anything about Orthodoxy or about Torah or about religion, see all of us, they call all of us, you know what the word they use? Pesateye. You know, like people with payas? They see us all as the same. They see us all as the same. They see me and you and Yoli and Meir Sharim as the freaking same. And Menachem Mendel in Crown Heights, and I don't know who else. Dudu in wherever he lives, right? For Saba. Folks, they see us all as the same. Religious, whatever, right? Cavemen, okay? Whether we serve in the army or we don't. And if you tell them, oh, you know that there's religious people that serve in the army, they say, oh yeah, those are like religious light, right? With the small kippas. Folks, they don't understand. They don't understand, right? So now you're here, you're starting this whole microscopically retarded, pedantic, annoying, OCD machlokits at the same time as orcs are trying to kill us. Folks, I mean, you want to talk about hechshers and hashkafa and army and this at a time like freaking this. Now you want to come to me and say, Tzvi, well, we're in a war, but we just don't have enough men. Folks, honestly, we do have enough people in the army. We have enough people in the army. And if you want to take some of these guys into the army, these guys look like hockey sticks. You want those guys to be in the army, they can't even carry a gun. Yeah, some of them should go to the army. Maybe they're in shape, this and that. Okay, I get it. Folks, I get it. But of all the times that you can be, quote-unquote, picking this fight, you want to do it now. Are you that, pardon my language, fucking tone-deaf? When they're sending ballistic missiles at us from Yemen, from Iran, from here, from there. When a guy's declaring Palestinian state in Narnia and the freaking other galaxies, right? In the Milky Way. When we're trying to figure out, are we going to, live in Gaza? We're going to take back Gaza. We're going to take back Judea and Samaria. What is our country going to look like after this war is over? If this war is even going to be over, right? You are intent on picking a fight with other people in the community, right? Who have a little bit of a different philosophy than you. They, maybe keep Shabbos a little bit differently than you, dress differently than you, where everybody else who's on the outside can't tell the motherfucking difference between the two of you. It's like spy versus spy. You ever play the video game? They can't tell the difference between the two of you. And I couldn't tell the difference between the two of you until I was 30. To me, you were all the same, okay? And when I became religious, they started telling me about Chabad and this and this and this, and I was like, how stupid is that? Well, it wasn't so stupid 200 years ago, you gotta understand. It's stupid, okay? Folks, get your heads out of your ass. I apologize, I'm getting worked up about this, I'm getting very animated about this. Folks, this is something I've been seeing since the day one of me becoming religious. Rabbis that I knew who wouldn't let a Chabad guy into a shul because of this and that and the other. Vice versa, Chabad guys telling me about this guy who learns this, doesn't learn Hasidus, doesn't learn... Then another guy telling me about Sephardi and Ashkenazi and blah, blah. Folks, you are insane. You are absolutely insane. They're trying to kill us. They can't tell the difference between religious and not religious, much less within the religious world. It's insane, folks. And we just had the 3 weeks. And we just had Tisha B'Av. And we hope that we never have another Tisha B'Av. And here you are. Oh, they have to go to the army. And if they do go to the army, at least don't frolic around on your vacation, taking your vacations in front of people. Folks, I mean, I just don't know how small-minded and how absolutely, lacking in emotional intelligence you have to be. It's absolutely astounding to me. It's really, and also we have these people protesting, going against, the regime, the government, the current government during a war, right? Secular, anti-Torah people are attacking us from without, and you're going to go and you're going to attack other Torah Jews from within, not realizing that there's people trying to attack all of us because we're religious. Whether they disagree with settlements, they disagree with taking back Gaza. They disagree with annexing, certain parts of Judea and Samaria altogether. They disagree with everything we do. All of us. Every religious person. They can't tell the difference. And then when you zoom out even further, everybody else wants to incinerate us. Folks, everybody. I don't know if anybody's going to hear this. This is a clarion call. Get your heads out of your asses, out of your tuchuses. Everybody is a Jew. Everybody is a Jew. Secular, religious, Haredi, Datilumi, settler, Sephardi, Ashkenazi, Chabad, Litvak. Folks, honestly, because until I was 30, I couldn't tell the freaking difference. And I guarantee you, anti-Semites for sure can't tell the difference. Okay? They cannot tell the difference. Okay? Because if they perceive that some kid in Crown Heights in 770 is digging a tunnel, which he's not, right? He's going to say, well, all the Jews are like this. Okay? The secular Jews on the Upper East Side, Upper West Side, I don't know. The Israelis, the Yemenites, the people who live in Israel, the people who live in America, they don't discern. Do you understand me? They don't discern. And the seculars don't discern between people who wear kippot and keep Shabbat. So the fact that you're having these arguments and these stupid, very stupid disagreements, whether it's about the army, whether it's about kashrut, whether it's about, I don't know, communities and Shabbat, and even like certain aspects of Jewish philosophy, is completely idiotic. Completely idiotic, guys. Get your head out of your ass. Because you know what? Every time this happens, and every time this ramps up, you notice what happens, right? Our enemies they have a field day. And you know what? They're about to have a field day again. And we're all about to be in, if you live in Israel, you're all about to be in these bomb shelters again. And in the bomb shelter, there's Yoli, and there's Menachem Mendel, and there's Dudu, and there's secular, and there's religious, and there's this and there's that. And nobody cares at that point. You just want to live, right? Folks, I'll end with this. The Klausenberger Rebbe, he was in the Holocaust. It's a famous thing that he said. He said, when they lined us up, my favorite moment, so to speak, if anybody could have any favorite moments in a concentration camp during the Holocaust, he said, my favorite moment, most touching moment for me, was when they lined us up and they shaved our heads. And they shaved our heads, and they shaved our beards, and they shaved our payas. And after that happened, he said, I didn't discern between, and I couldn't tell who was Orthodox, who was religious, who was Hasidic, and who was a Litvak. We were all in a freaking death camp, just trying to survive. Just maybe trying to get some matzah on Pesach, or something that resembles it. All right, my friends. That's all for this one. Peace.